Hi, my name is Kimberley Lemieux. My hometown is Haines, Alaska. My family originates from Angoon. I am part of the Deisheetaan family. Today we are going to be making beef stir fry with the fiddleheads and the fireweed shoots. So today for the ingredients, in the FDPIR boxes you will find the beef, the vegetable oil, the sliced carrots, and the pasta. And my two forage items that I'm going to be using today are going to be the fiddleheads and the fireweed shoots. So the pasta that I made today, I already got it cooked. Always make sure that it's at al dente, and al dente means it's kind of like, it's not too soft and it's not too hard, it's kind of in between. I get the water boiling really good, like a rolling boiling, and then I would dump my pasta in there and I stir it. You can go by what the box says on the back for how many minutes, or you can pick one of them up and then you would just taste it to see if it's al dente. All right, so before I start cooking my meat first, I'm gonna cut a white onion, and the way that I was taught to cut a white onion is you kind of want to cut a bit of that end off as well as the top part. And then if you can see, there's little, the skin, and you want to peel that off. And when you're cutting an onion or any other vegetable or fruit, you always want to make sure that your knife hits that knuckle, just so that you're not cutting one of your fingers off. And then you just start slicing. So next I will be cutting up the pepper. Cut that top part off, and then you want to put it up like this. I usually cut halfway into it, and then I normally pull it apart. And so as you can see, I don't have any seeds in there. And then for this part, I usually just start pulling it out. And I normally just cut it from the inside, but you can always cut it from the outside if you want to. But for me, for today, I'm cutting it from the inside. And so with the beef, you do want to cut the beef against the grain. You don't ever want to go with it. I like to look at the front part of it usually, or if I can't find the front part of it, I usually go around into it, just so that I can see where the grain is at. There we go. So I will go against the grain. And if some of your beef is like, oh, it's too big, just go back in there, cut it in half, and it'll be fine. All right. All right, now I am going to pour a little bit of oil, 1 tablespoon in there. Turn on the heat. I like to put mine as medium to get the pan going. If you can't tell if the pan is hot, you can always put your hand over it to feel that heat going. And if that doesn't work, you can always see if the oil is spreading out. And the oil is spreading out. I will put my meat in. And since I put my meat in there, I'm gonna add my apple cider vinegar. About 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons soy sauce. And then I'm gonna add the spices to this. This one's garlic powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of ginger, onion powder, black pepper, and just a little bit of salt. And just remember to stir your meat. I grew up eating beef, but normally if I had the chance, I would probably use moose meat. In Haines, my grandpa would either find somebody that had moose meat for us, or he would give us one of his deer meat to us. And that's also another source, is deer meat. So once the beef is already like brown and you see a little bit of a color of a brown to them, this is when you're gonna start pulling it out from the pan. If you have a cast iron like this one, you always wanna have some kind of mittens on there so that you're not gonna burn yourself to it. Yay. All right. So I'm gonna add the other tablespoon of the vegetable oil into the pan. And since the pan is already kind of hot, I will start adding my vegetables as well as my fiddleheads and my fireweed shoots. And then while that is going, I'm gonna add the same spices that I add into the beefs, just so that it has a little bit of the flavor to them. And then I'll add my carrots too. Don't forget your salt. So the way that you're gonna know when it's gonna be done is when you have a little bit of the brown to some of the vegetables, and then also if the onions are gonna be translucent. And then you're just letting it brown a little bit on the bottom. So you don't wanna always continuously stirring it a lot if you have it on medium heat. If you do have it on high heat, you definitely do wanna like go at it and get it going. But if you have it on medium heat, it's okay. Just remember to stir it a little bit at a time. All right, I am ready to plate up this dish. However you want to do it, you can start with the pasta, you can start with the stir fry. Doesn't matter as long as it's in there. And then for the beef stir fry, you can always bring the plate towards you. And this is it. This is the beef stir fry with fiddleheads and fireweed shoots. Gonna sheesh. Come again